Okay, normally I do these things after they've already happened. But the WWE recently put out a top 10 undrafted superstars. So it should be like The Undertaker, The Rock, Carlito, Mickey James, and Nikki Bella. So let's book her return. I'm assuming she will not go to NXT. If she does, I'd love to see her feud with either Bayley, Asuka, or help elevate some of the people to a slightly higher level. Yes, I did say Nikki Bella, NXT, and Elevate. It was her elevating. She did actually get really good towards the end of her run. Whether that's she actually was really good in-ring talent or she was allowed to do more, whichever conspiracy theory you like more. I would have her return in a pseudo Scott Steiner-esque piece. No, she's not going to be a math teacher. No. But Scott Steiner did a free agent bit first, which was nice, and it worked out pretty well. So I picture Sasha Banks just finishes winning a match. Nikki's music hits, she comes down to the ring. And I have to have her cut a promo. Something along the lines of, Sasha, you've only held the title for this long because I haven't been around. I'm the longest reigning Divas champion. She's like, back when the title stood for something. So you can say, we were strong, we were beautiful, we were intelligent, we were divas. Sasha could retort, you wrestled in gravy, you had 2-minute long matches, you were pathetic. Boom. Puts up that divas were amazing, we were different. That was how we were called. Sasha could retort with, and you had horrible matches. You might do great. You might say you would bra and panties matches. Do something to show the stark difference between what Nikki's era represents, even though she wasn't in a bra and panties match, to my knowledge, she might have been. But how that was then, this is now. And it allows the really quick, short back and forth. And then, of course, you have to have the brawl. They have to brawl. By Nikki probably get in the ring and say, whether it's a red carpet, or it's a red carpet event, or it's inside, or it's whether it's a red carpet event, or the squared circle of the red brand, Bella's always in charge. Something like that. She could throw in a Bella Army quote. She needs to work in Fearless somewhere. We were beautiful, we were strong, we were intelligent, we were fearless. Then they had a little skirmish. Out of Nikki, you go for the Bella Hammer. I would probably have that be one of her finishers. Wade Barrett's gone. Let's go with the Bella Hammer as a finisher. And her Alabama Slam was sick too. I'd have her go for the Bella Hammer. Sasha duck. Here with a bank statement. Then either they're so close to the ropes that Nikki's able to grab the ropes, stop the whole move from going, and leave the ring. Or basically gets locked in just a little bit, then Nikki escapes through the ring. Next week on Raw, no Nikki. Why? Next week, she's going to be on SmackDown. Why is she going to be on SmackDown? Well, that's kind of where her boyfriend, brother-in-law are. Then it comes down to, actually, who does he get in the ring with? I would probably just finish having Natalya win a match. She would probably beat Becky Lynch. And as Natalya's celebrating, I would then have Nikki come down and ask Natalya, what happened? You used to be the crazy cat lady, but you were a nice crazy cat lady. And then they can get in their little brawl. Nikki can connect with the Bella Hammer and then leave. And then she kind of do the whole, well, what branch is she going to go to? I would see if you could milk that by having her jump back and forth. Not every week. And that's a little bit too much. And then she's doing a Heath Slater. But she's not getting beaten all the time. But you overpick certain people. So on the Raw brand, it's easy. You've got Sasha Banks, you have Charlotte. But you avoid somebody like Dana Brooke or Nia Jax. Even though Nia Jax, Nikki would be a pretty solid match because it puts your two power wrestlers together. And then on the blue brand, I would have her get out there and target people closer to Becky Lynch, Natalya, maybe Alexa Bliss, or Ava Marie. Because you know if you want to have Nikki come over as a face, you have her attack Ava Marie. You know, in fact, if you really want to get some really sick at face pop, really sick at face pop, really wicked face pop, you would have Ava Marie coming down for whatever SmackDown's going to call their women's belt. And then you have Nikki attack her from behind, lay her out. Crowd would just go ballistic. Then Dana would be like, "What did you do?" She'd be like, I saved the audience from watching Ava Marie wrestle. You need me on this brand. You don't need someone like her. Or then next week, you book it. Ava Marie versus Nikki Bella. If Nikki wins, she gets me on SmackDown. But I don't put her on Raw. I tease putting her on Raw. I tease her with Sasha. I tease her with Charlotte. But I eventually put her on the SmackDown brand. If John's there, Nikki's there. And I use her star power to help elevate some women that are there. An Alexa Bliss, Nikki Bella feud actually kind of works. Alexa Bliss will eviscerate Nikki on the mic. And Nikki will probably destroy her in the ring. But it elevates Alexa Bliss as a more predominant heel. Becky, Nikki, that works. Natalya, Nikki, works. Ava, Nikki, works. You can pick a lot of the women on even like Naomi, Nikki, works. There's more need for a bump on SmackDown for the women's division. But I do think you use Nikki for a couple of small pops when it comes to Charlotte and Sasha. So have her show up for the two top draws for the women's division on the Raw side, but then throw on the SmackDown side.